On your experience in your career, how do you see DIESA as a company?
I'm very, very impressed. They have also the phrase, I think one of their guidelines is to make the ordinaries feel very special, ordinary moments feel very special. And I saw that from the moment I arrived here yesterday, where big welcoming and events really, which is for me symbolic how much passion the DIESA team, the leadership, but everybody who is there puts into the business and puts into Volkswagen. So it really feels like a family of kind of business, and with 71 years of like joint history together. There's also lots of really, lots of successes in the past, lots of successes in the future. So really proud to be here. I'm 6 months in my current role, and I told with Fernando Badia here also often I want to be very early also this year. Make sure I get to Paraguay to visit, because one is about talking, and the other one thing is of course visiting and being here, coming here, visiting the team, talking to customers, some of the dealers, seeing what people drive here on the streets. Yeah, no, I'm very impressed and very thankful for the cooperation for the team here at DIESA.
So yesterday you were present in the Canal Motor Show in the event Volkswagen did. How was your feeling? How did you experience that moment? And how happy are you with this situation?
No, really good. I think it was a great atmosphere. It was also for me very interesting to see the motor show concept and more being there. And I think there was a great atmosphere about the Nivus. It was a good show. There was lots of interest. I saw people out over the car, basically. I think that also demonstrated. It was also very important for us being here. The car's just launching tomorrow, actually, in Brazil. So we were very early then here at Paraguay. Shows also what we want to give the importance of the market of coming here, not only visiting dealers, but using also this occasion for a good launch. First feedback, what I heard was positive. No, we got to see then once the car starts selling. But yeah, it was for me a very, very, very good experience seeing the entire, let's say, DIESA family being around there, talking with some of the journalists, the customers, get a feeling there. I think it shows also the strengths that we have here as a brand, the importance that Volkswagen has for Paraguay and that Paraguay has for Volkswagen, and that's combined. And for me, those are always one of the best moments in my job, is those car launches, because it's exciting, it's something new, it comes out and you see the reaction. We want to grow jointly in there. We grow this year here in Paraguay together with DIESA quite significantly, and we see with the new Nivus and then also with the future portfolio that is coming, more growth in 2025. Yeah, first of all, also in Paraguay, like in many countries, the trend is clearly growing in the SUV segments. Customers switch from hatch, from sedans into SUVs and other. No, it's one of and this the segment where the Nivus is in, also the T-Cross, is one of the strongest growing segments here in Paraguay. Not only here, but also in many other, in Brazil and in other countries as well. And that's why we say in the segment the T-Cross, we just brought the new one in, now the Nivus in there. We want to have a very attractive, competitive also product offering. You probably heard also that we already make announcement for another smaller SUV coming, an all new SUV coming next year, the Terra, because this is where customer want, and some of those customer want more the boxy T-Cross, and the Nivus has more the sleek form, so there are customers for both, some like this, some like that, and the segments are large enough. And I think with a very tailored offering, you recognize the T-Cross immediately. Also the Nivus has this very nice design, light strips also in this case. There are good, there are many customers or something that for them is maybe the Nivus could be a good car to drive in. And there we want to participate. If we make customers happy, we can sell more cars and work together here with DIESA. It's a win-win-win.
What is the commitment of the Volkswagen brand with the sustainability and the electromobility?
Well, it's very important. It's also the trend here. And we just announced in terms of the vehicle portfolio that we spent many, many billions reais, but also dollars into our plants here in South America for a new generation of vehicles that also offer hybrid powertrains. We see from a volume perspective, we believe that hybrids like HEV and plug-in hybrid, PHEV, probably will do larger volumes than pure electric, battery electric vehicles, because also of the network, the charging, the road conditions in this case, and that's why we will come with a generation of also hybrid cars that are produced here in South America, and that we are investing. That's also one of the commitments. Of course, there's a lot of activities right now, also in our plans of more sustainability, of saving energy, recycling. We just certified first dealers in South America. We call it in the way to zero. Also in terms of sustainable activities that they're doing. So we not see that as a single car process or single here, but really as a whole commitment. We call this part of our way to zero offensive. No? And besides those hybrids, we showed yesterday also, or we're showing at the auto show also the ID.4 and the ID. Bus that entering also some of the South American markets, like in Brazil or now in Chile. This is probably a smaller market there, more for the urban areas, no? And more certain more niche. But we are looking also, this is part of our future. We have a global portfolio. Volkswagen is so big, globally present. And whether some of those cars that are produced, whether it's in North America, in Europe, China, somewhere else, could also make sense here as an offer in Paraguay or some of the other countries. But all this part of our Volkswagen product family.
So we talked about lots of models. Why not to talk a little bit about the Amarok? What are our expectations? Recently launched, and in Paraguay, what role will it play?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I like personally also like the Amarok a lot. You know, it was my previous station in Europe. There's not such a big pickup market, but to drive it, and we are very happy so far with the reception of the new Amarok in Paraguay, from what we heard, but also in Argentina, in Brazil, and other markets. We think the combination of a very new modern design, also with that light strip, the dynamic front, but keeping the strengths of the Amarok, what is in the DNA, and that you feel, especially once you start driving in a Volkswagen Amarok, it's a very firm car, a very good chassis, a drivetrain with a very powerful engine. And many says that the Amarok drives like no other B pickup or in that segment once you start, and that we are continuing and refining this, and we receive very good feedback, and I was impressed for that. That's why we said it's very important. Pickups are very important in Paraguay. The Amarok is very important. We want to grow with our Amarok. We're very happy with how the current generation is received, and we will continue investing into our Amarok.
Absolutamente. O sea, Hendrik estaba hablando un poquito de el DNA que tiene la Amarok, y es un producto realmente, cuando lo diseñamos, era RPU, que era Robust Pickup. Okay. O sea, nace como un producto robusto. Sí. Tenemos el Chaco paraguayo, las rutas, o sea, realmente está como perfectamente preparado o diseñado para atender ese tipo de demanda. Es el modelo que más vendemos hoy en Paraguay. Es el vehículo más vendido, muy exitoso en toda la región, en Argentina, en Brasil, y realmente estamos orgullosos del Amarok. Es hoy prácticamente nuestro flagship de imagen de marca en el país. No le queríamos cambiar tanto en su dinámica de manejo y performance, porque realmente es perfecto. Entonces le hicimos un restyling muy interesante con las luces LED, pero es el motor que tiene el V6, sobre todo en su línea más premium, es benchmark en el mercado. Así que estamos realmente orgullosos. ¿Quién se sube a una Amarok no se baja? A todos nos gusta innovar, a todos nos gusta renovarnos. O sea, en el pasado veníamos un día con una corbata, otro día con otra, para sentirnos que el cambio revive. Sí, y entonces le hemos mejorado esas cosas que necesitábamos, ponerle más luces LED, nuevos ruedas de aleación, nuevos diseños. Hemos incorporado una pantalla más grande, ciertos elementos que le hacen revivir al producto. Pero en lo que se refiere a su tren de rodaje y su motorización, es tan perfecto para lo que nosotros buscamos que ahí no hemos hecho tantos cambios, porque realmente es súper robusto y cumple. Entonces, el feedback que estamos recibiendo de la gente que viene a renovar su Amarok y el boost que hemos tenido es fantástico. What happened in 2024 for us? What achievements? How are happy with the 24? And what will come in 2025?
So, actually...
The same question our board members do.
No, actually, today and yesterday is already one of the highlights, being here, first of all, the new Nivus launch, and for me personally also being here. And it's, like I said, the understanding that the different individual needs of the countries, whether it's Paraguay or whether it's Chile or Peru or up to Guatemala. Very important. Like you can say, part of our strategy is launching where the customers go. The customers go into SUV segments. That's why this year we launched the T-Cross, a very important model, then also now the Nivus in this one, because these are growing segments and we want to participate. At the same time, very important, not only in Paraguay, the pickup with the Amarok, of course. That is part that will also continue next year. One of the highlights, I said that before, is this new SUV, the Terra, that will also come next year to Paraguay. So even going more in the space, and you will see there will be also, we believe, a new segment, new customers for that vehicle then further. And then, of course, we have many big nameplates in the SUV segment with the Terramont, for example, our big 7-seater, the Tiguan, the Taos, where we will also bring new generations into the market very soon. Now, then we have some of the smaller events then coming, and of course, we're preparing then also what I mentioned before, investing in our upcoming then hybrid offensive that is then coming, so the new generation with hybrid cars. And when we look in all opportunities, so some of the highlights is also some of the sponsoring here. Diesa, for example, very interesting how involved they are into sports sponsoring, whether it's football, whether it's with the marathon, also with the, what's his name, the driver?
Formula 2.
Formula 2.
Formula 2, el piloto.
And they're together. So some of those events, how we are launching and bringing people there together, together with the continuous work we do in the operations and in after sales and all these activities. So we set together milestones also with the Diesa team of working, and we got a great partner here. So we have growth plans in 2025. As I mentioned, the brand is growing in Paraguay 2024, and we strongly believe also in 2025.
Hendrik dijo dos cosas que pasaron y las quiero profundizar. Además de todos los modelos, el producto, el hardware, que es súper importante, Hendrik mencionó una cosa primero, hace rato, que fue muy importante, que es en Diesa y para la marca Volkswagen, love brand, ¿no? El amor a la marca, es fundamental. Y hay una frase que tiene Diesa en todos sus lemas y sus pilares, que es hacer lo ordinario extraordinariamente especial. Entonces, Diesa tiene un equipo de trabajo, una familia, una dedicación, especialmente en postventa, liderada por Giovanni, muy enfocada en que todo sea perfecto, pero especialmente si el cliente tiene algún problema, donde más vamos a trabajar para hacer esa diferencia. Entonces, los productos son fantásticos, pero hablábamos mucho con Miguel Carrizosa ayer sobre ese momento de retener a los clientes en la marca a través de experiencias extraordinarias. Y eso creo que es algo que nosotros valoramos mucho y constantemente trabajamos con ellos para que no sea solamente lanzar autos y ponerlos en manos de clientes, sino cuidarlos y hacerlos sentir parte de este amor a la marca que tenemos.